Good morning. I'm not a chef and I don't claim to be. And with winter fast approaching, one of my favourite things to do is get the slow cooker out, whack some things in it and make what I call a stew. Don't think Gordon Ramsay, more Gordon Bennett, and certainly don't think Michelin star, more Michelin tyres. Now, before you all get too excited, thinking that I've been to the local butchers and bought the best cuts of beef, the best vegetables from the local farmers market, this is Tesco's. We have got Bisto. Now, there's a reason for Bisto that you'll see in a minute about making gravy, because quite frankly, making gravy the traditional way is great, but it's a mug's game if you want to do it quickly. This stuff is brilliant. We've got Tesco beef. We've got British baby potatoes. Dumpling mix. Could I make them myself with suet, etc.? Of course I could. Am I going to? No, I'm not. That is a carrot. That is bacon, streaky, smoked. Is there any other bacon than streaky smoked? If you have unsmoked bacon, you're not right. You've heard it here first. Don't unsubscribe if you have unsmoked bacon. I'm just kidding. Celery, celery. You know the song? Liam Perrins, good old Worcestershire sauce, and an onion, and salt and vinegar. You can put red wine in it. This is Argentinian red wine. I won't be putting that in because I don't drink Argentinian red wine. I'm still not over the 1982 Falklands conflict. So that was given to me and it can sit there forever. Now we are going to whack this together really quickly. No fuss, no mess, just bang it all together. Put it in the slow cooker. This is my cheap Prestige slow cooker. Can't remember when I bought it. The thing's fallen off the front, so I can never remember what these are and I have to press them all until I understand which one we're on. We're going to get this put together, whack it in there for 6 or 8 hours and see how it turns out. First up, you need to boil the kettle. Now, when you're boiling the kettle for your stock, which you should do, because obviously stock doesn't melt in unboiled water, you need Scottish water. Scottish water, okay? That's the only thing to use. English water is rubbish. Everybody knows that. That's why I live in Scotland, not England. So let's boil the kettle. Job 1 underway. Might get a bit noisy for a minute. I'm rapidly realising how difficult cookery videos are to film. You know when you see these people with the professional camera setup looking down on everything? This is all a bit of a jumble and a nightmare, so stick with it. First job, beef stock. First thing you need, boiling water. Get that going, let the beef stock break down in there. Voila. Next up, we need carrot, onion, celery. We'll do our veg first. Tesco's special. Do you want me to work out what this cost? Carrot was 10p. I might add it up at the end if you want a cheap meal. Knife. Ends off. I'm going to condense all this footage because it could be very boring otherwise. Bitten off more than I can chew. I know, it's a good idea. Let's make a cooking video. Realising 10 hours later it takes forever to edit. Carrot chopped. What we're also going to do is we're going to put the slow cooker on. So there we go. That's on low and it started 7 hours 59 minutes. That's our carrots done, which is great. Onion. I'm only going to use half this onion because I've got another plan for it with something else. I was taught how to slice onion like this. I think it might have been on a Jamie Oliver book or something when I was really into cooking, but that's annoying, isn't it? So you slice long ways like so. mean, you don't have to do it this way for a stew. It's meant to be rustic, so if you want to just like cut it up and whack it in, you can. But look at that. See how good that is? How fine that chopping is? Some potatoes. The reason I use these British baby potatoes is because you can just cut them up. I leave the skins on. I don't muck around with it. Just leave the skins on. You don't need to take the skins off. I think somebody probably tell you that the skins are gooder for you than the inside of the potato. So just cut them up, which if this goes very well as a cooking video, I might do other cooking videos. So if you like it, get down in the comments, hit the like button, tell me you like it. If it ends up one of my like 8, 9 of 10 videos, I'm never cooking again. Just break a couple of bits of celery off. I don't bother washing it. People will say, oh, you need to wash it. You're going to die of cholera, but... Right, let me show you what's what. Look at that. All beautifully chopped. Celery, onion, potato, carrot, all that goodness. Just fire all of that into the slow cooker. There we go. All of that is in. And I know you're probably saying, well, you should have cooked the onion, and people will say that I should cook the steak as well. And probably, do you know what? If you really had somebody special coming round for dinner, you probably would go to that extent, but I'm not. I've done it both ways, by the way. I've had this and cooked it, pre-cooked it with all the onion and everything, and I've just bunged it in like we're going to do today. Honestly, I can't taste the difference. Could be that my palate is uneducated, of course. Dead simple. Open that up. And that goes in there as well. I get a spoon and just mix it all up so that the ingredients are all mixed together. We just give our... you see that? The stock has really melted, and it doesn't take a lot to just agitate it and make it into a nice stock. So that's half a litre or a pint of stock. We'll whack that in over it. There we go. Litre of stock. Job's a good one. This is very important. We're going to slice some bacon bits to go in there with it, which is great. Again, if you were doing this properly, you would probably cook the bacon, the beef, the onion all together to give it some flavour. I'm not. I'm just going to chop that up and whack it in. It's going to be in there for 8 hours. It's not going to be not cooked, if you know what I mean. I use the blue chopping board. The blue chopping board is for raw meat, so that you don't contaminate your other board with raw meat. And I just do that. Slice it crossways, like so. And then pick it up, sprinkle it in. I almost forgot. Mushrooms. Again, I'm going to keep some of these, so I'm just going to pop a handful of mushrooms in. There you go. Get your spoon. Mix it all up. Now you can put, like I sometimes put Brussels sprouts in. Look at that. Now, a little bit of Worcester sauce, bit of salt, bit of pepper, one last little mix around, and then what we're going to do is whack the lid on it to die of starvation in the meantime while we're waiting the 7 hours and 49 minutes for that to cook. Do you want to stay online and we chat for that, or should I come back in a bit?
When we were younger, we thought everyone was on our side. Then we grew a little and romanticized the time I saw flowers in your hair. 'Cause it takes a boy to live, it takes a man to pretend he was there. So then we grew a little and knew a lot, and now we demonstrated it to the cops. And all the things we said, we were self-assured. 'Cause it's a long road to wisdom, but it's a short one to being ignored. Be in my eyes, be in my heart, be in my eyes, be in my heart. So now I think that I could love you back, and I hope.
As you can see now, this has broken right down into the juices. We get our bisto and we just sprinkle a good bit in and mix it all up. And what that will do is that will thicken the gravy up. I'm sorry, I keep steaming you up. Just to pop a wee bit more in. You can see that's instantly thickening the stew. Now what we do is we'll leave that a little bit longer, and I just add a bit more as we go along till I get it to the thickness I want. So we're about halfway through now. Bring you back in a bit when we're ready to do dumplings. Yes, dumplings. Time to make the dumplings with my dumpling mix. What I will do is I will put together, What I will do is I'll put together exactly what this meal cost, each item from Tesco's. And just remember, I will have this for 2 days meals, probably 3. I usually get 2 evening meals and maybe a lunchtime meal out of it. So it's sort of spread across 3 meals or 3 days. But I'll put it up at the very end. I'll put a little chit up of what each item cost and what the total was. But yeah, these are dead easy to make. A little bit cold water. Let's crack on. So, bit cold water, bowl, dumpling mix, scissors to open it. This dumpling mix is like pennies. I can't remember exactly how much it is. Pour the dumpling mix in the bowl. Now, I always keep just a little bit back, and you'll see why I keep a little bit back in a minute. You'll need a fork. I just all out like that. Wee bit of cold Scottish water. I would say with making these dumplings, same if you were making them properly with, you know, all the suet and all the bit. Go steady with the water, because you can always put more in, but you can't take it back out. And there you go. So you can see that's coming together as like a good old dumpling. This is why I kept a bit left, because actually when you're making them into dumplings, if you've got a bit left, it dries. You can stick it over it and it dries it up, if that makes sense. So then just split them. They get much bigger. I mean, obviously that's tiny. Compare it to fork size. They get much bigger when you put them in the slow cooker, because that's what we're going to do. We're just going to pop them into the slow cooker for about 20 minutes, half an hour, towards the end of what you're doing. But there we go. Make sure that you've got a bit of the dry stuff in there. And there you go. You've got, what's that? 2, 4, 6 dumplings. I hadn't gone. Dumplings. I was just buffering. So that's lovely and thick now. So what we want to do is literally just pop these in and dip them under the gravy like so. Don't dip your finger in, because it's red hot. You'll burn yourself. That would be silly. There we go. All in there, look, like so. Pop the lid back on. Now you could just do those for 20 minutes, half an hour, they'd be fine. If you want to leave them in there for an hour more, or an hour and a half, or 2 hours, doesn't really matter. By the time they're actually done, that'll have been going 6 hours, which is way more than it needs. It's cool. when I reheat it the next day, I just turn it back on and reheat it, and they spend another 2 or 3 or 4 hours being heated up. So yeah, no drama. Look at this. Oh, sorry. Look at this. We are ready to dish up. So we're going to turn that off and just let it calm down for a minute, and then we'll dish it up. Okay, let's dish this bad boy up. There we go. So there we go. My quick and easy North and Forth winter stew from here in Aberdeenshire. Let me know in the comments, did you like how I did it? What did you think of the cooking video? Let me know. I might do another one if you like it. In fact, next week, let's do another one. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll do toast.